it's not as great as people put it out to be. But again, this is a casual run sport sometimes, so people just love seeing knockdowns. If it happens to both sides, people will love it. Yeah, for me, man, yeah, Fury could have ended this earlier. You have to give a lot of credit to, again, yeah, some of that sloppiness has to do with it, but a lot of it had to do with Wilder's heart. And
and we can touch on this right now because I see some comments here in the comment section.
The fire.
Break Bro says Wilder got too much props for someone who got dragged like a rag doll pretty much all fight. And I wanted to get into this because I mentioned that it was a overrated fight for me, right?
Okay.
Only reason this fight is considered a classic is because one guy just kept getting up. People are only saying that about Wilder because he was getting torn apart and he kept getting up. That's the only reason. It has nothing to do with boxing ability, has nothing to do with skills. It has nothing to do with what he did in the ring on offense, which is what he's known for. It has everything to do with him just getting beat up and he just kept getting up. So I don't understand why he gets so many props for getting his ass beat for 10 out of 11 rounds.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. The other person that comes to mind is an Arturo Gatti that had the biggest heart and gave us memorable fights, but half the time he got his, he was at the short end of the stick. But I see where you're coming from. Wilder does get, to me, the problem I have with this is that at the end of the day, he doesn't give props to his opponent. Dude, you acknowledge that you lost, and I know there's pride that comes into play. I know, you just went through a grueling 11 rounds, of a trilogy. But give this guy props, man. And truly you rebuild yourself. But yeah, and in a sense, yeah, you're right. If you have heart, it's probably because you were getting put against the ropes. You were getting, ran over. You were getting dropped. You picked yourself up. That's admirable in the sport, and I commend it. But to me, it's at the end of that line, you got to give props where props is deserved, and this is why I still cannot give Wilder the full respect. I had so much respect up until that stoppage, and then boom.
All right, so our guy B, Brian, says that's a nice way of saying you got your ass beat, which I agree with. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying, oh, this was a classic fight. This was one of the best fights I've ever seen. The only reason is because Wilder kept getting up. If he gets stopped in the third round, everyone would have been pissed because they paid $80 for this.
Okay, he got up, but he also dropped Fury.
Yeah, with a big punch.
Couple big
punch. But honestly, yeah, that part I didn't understand. Everyone kept saying, Wilder, oh, we got more respect for you now, even though he got obliterated for 9-10 rounds in this fight. But that's the interesting part about boxing fans, because all they want to see is blood.
No, see, I give respect because
zero boxing skill, but you got your ass beat, and you.
But I gave him respect. I gave him respect because with limited abilities, he still wanted to go. Some guys be like, you know what, man, I'm gonna call it a day. This guy's better than me. No, he kept getting up. It's that pride. So in a sense, I see why he didn't give love back at the end. But it doesn't come full circle for me, man. But. Again, props to, let's not take away credit from Tyson Fury, who I know you said wasn't his best performance, but he gave a performance to the fans where he was in the line of fire. He got dropped. He weathered the storm. There was moments of nervousness. If you were a Tyson Fury fan, if you put money on Tyson Fury, there was some tense moments, but he was able to get up. He used the equivalent time, the time that he needed. Again, it's not a 10-second count. It's just a 10 count. I know your brother, we saw the fight together. He was like, that felt kind of long, but it's, again.
It was a long count. It was a long count,
but it's a 10 count.
But then again, I think the big difference in these three fights is Tyson Fury's a boxer. He knows all the tricks in the book, right?
To me,
Deontay Wilder knocks him down. He's celebrating in front of him. He's like, dude, go get your ass to the neutral corner so the referee can count.